It's spooky season, which means everywhere we turn, it's masks, costumes, and dressing up as something we're not. Today, I want to flip that on its head. I want to shake up the cliche of fake it till you make it. We're going to dig into the powerful difference between masks and wearing hats, and how showing up as your real whole self can be the missing link to manifesting what you desire. If you've ever felt like you need to pretend, perform, or hide who you are in order to succeed, this episode is your permission slip to drop the mask and finally become the version of you that gets the thing. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Manifestation and Money Podcast, the show where we tackle the taboo topics of money and manifestation. I'm your host, Jenny Schultz, former 9-to-5 grinder who ditched the status quo and went all in on creating a life I love. Yes, I use manifestation. Yes, I took action. And yes, I created a 7-figure net worth before turning 40. Every week, I'll bring you inspiring stories with money mavens and manifestation masters. From learning how to make more, save more, and grow your wealth to unlocking the power of manifesting your dream life. I am so excited to play in this space with you. Let's jump into creating a life you love. Hey, manifestors and money makers, welcome back to the Manifestation and Money Podcast. Let's get honest here today. We've all worn masks, and not just on Halloween. You know the ones I mean. The perfect mom mask when you're barely holding it together. This is the successful business owner mask when you're secretly overwhelmed. The I'm fine mask when your soul is screaming for change. Since it's Halloween week, naturally everywhere I turn, it's masks, costumes, and dressing up as something we're not. And it's kind of expected this week, right? But the conversation of energetically wearing masks has also been coming up a lot in conversation. And when I notice synchronicities showing up over and over, I know I'm supposed to pay attention. So here we are with an episode dedicated to masks and naturally linking it to manifestation because I really want to shake up the cliche of fake it till you make it. Oftentimes we wear masks to fit in. And I was chatting with a family member recently about how at their job, they feel like they have to wear a mask and that they have to have their game face on, be cheerful, keep it all together, no matter what has happened in their personal life that day, no matter how their coworkers or clients are treating them. So I asked them if they felt tired at the end of that day, and they said it was almost the opposite. They felt energized and on. But as we continued the conversation, we realized that there were many more layers to that than first appeared. When they finished their shift, feeling energized, it was like riding a high, like a little kid on a sugar high. And we all know what happens when the sugar high wears off, right? Typically, there's a big crash. And that's what was happening in this person's life too. When they were able to take that mask off and that buzz wore off, they actually crashed back into facing the day-to-day responsibilities, the laundry, meal prep, paying bills. All of these little things ended up feeling overwhelming because they weren't in that energetic high spot anymore. By wearing that mask and pushing down our true experience, we are actually causing a roller coaster of emotions as a result that isn't sustainable. So in the end of that intuitive question of, are you tired at the end of the day when you feel like you've been wearing a mask? It turned into a much deeper insight. It wasn't just oh, I'm tired. It ended up being a energetic tired. That so-called crash after the buzz wore off brought them down to a low vibration. And low vibration energy doesn't feel good. Low vibration energy is an energy that it's hard for us to want to go do things. When we're sitting in the heavy emotions of worry, doubt, fear, anger, it's hard to say, oh, yay, here's the things I want to go do because we don't have the energy to support the things we want to do. So why do we wear masks? I think we wear them to fit in, to avoid judgment, to feel safe. But here's the problem. You can't manifest a life you love while pretending to be something you're not. Because the universe responds to your frequency, not your facade. Those low vibration frequencies can even be there while you're wearing the mask if you don't feel authentic. When we mask up, we aren't vibrating in alignment with our truth. We are actually broadcasting confusion, fear, and that's exactly what we get back. And in a lot of cases, we often get that back amplified. So you've probably heard the phrase, fake it till you make it. And while the intention might be empowering, the execution often backfires, and especially when it turns into mask wearing. Here's the problem I see with faking it till you make it. When you pretend to be someone you're not, You are reinforcing the belief that you're not enough right now. It's a subtle message to the universe of, don't give it to me yet, I'm still pretending. And when we mask up, whether it's emotionally, energetically, or even with our actions or lack of actions, we disconnect from the aligned frequency where true manifestation happens. So, what's the alternative? Well, in metaphoric terms, I view these alternatives as hats. I might be throwing another cliche at you, but we can all wear many hats. And hats are roles we step into. They're not disguises like a mask. So they are just extensions of who we already are. Let me explain. When I put on my mom hat, I show up with cuddles, giggles, bedtime stories. When I wear my landlord hat, I am clear, confident, and professional. Now, I'm not reading my tenants' bedtime stories because that's just weird, right? So different hat, different roles. Same me, different hat. I'm not pretending. The key is I'm not hiding anything here. I'm not expected to show up and do bedtime stories with my tenants, and I don't have to hide the fact that I do show up and read my kids' bedtime stories. So I'm just wearing different hats when needed. And this is authentic embodiment. This is where manifestation gets fast tracked. When you start showing up as your true self, the universe starts saying, ah, I see you now. Let's go. And when you're wearing a hat instead of a mask, you can be the person who is learning about a new investment strategy or the person who is starting a side hustle. You can be a student of life. When I flash back and I was graduating from high school, I thought that adulthood was a linear type of trajectory. I thought that you just grew up, you learned stuff, and you officially began to adult because you had figured life out. But that's not true, is it? We are all continually improving. We are all always learning. And I still hit moments, and some days these moments hit hourly or minutely, where, especially as a parent, where I am humbled to accept that I am in learning mode. And when we accept this and we let go of having to know everything or let go of having to show up perfect, we can be more authentic. We can show up as ourselves. And when we show up as ourselves, we are more in control of our emotions, our energies, our frequencies, whatever way you want to look at it. And we don't get hit with as many of those energetic spikes and then those crashes that we talked about earlier. We get to be more at ease in our own bodies. So let's get honest for a second. Where in your life might you be wearing a mask? What are you hiding because it feels too much, maybe not enough, or off brand? And what would it feel like to take that mask off and just show up as you? It might feel scary, but by continually hiding, that energy, the energy of suppression or secrecy, creates resistance. When you own every piece of you, even those messy, unconventional parts, you become magnetic, not because you're pretending, but because you're clear, coherent, and aligned with your truest frequency. And when you're aligned, you become magnetic. And when you're true self, the universe supports you. The people around you support you for being you. And if they don't, some of those people around you might fall away, but new people who are called in to support you for being you come in and fill in the gaps. So, one of the biggest confusions in manifestation is that you have to act as if by faking it. The truth, acting as if only works when you are embodying the energy, not masking your truth. When you hear act as if, and I'm saying this in air quotes, don't think of hiding behind a mask. Think of it as trying the hat on to become that person. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out, but try being honest with yourself. Honest about your desires, honest about your doubts, and honest about the hats that you want to wear. And while we're being honest here, honest about the masks that you're ready to drop. Your manifestations won't come because you're doing things perfectly. They come when you're honest, when you're present, when you're connected, and when you're willing to be seen. So as Halloween rolls around and everyone's putting on their costumes, what if you use this time to actually take one off? Just one. And maybe try it on as a hat instead. If you're liking learning about manifestation or want to up your manifestation game, I invite you to join my free school community. There's a link in the show notes. Come surround yourself with others who are trying out manifestation techniques. We're not faking it till we make it. We're just showing up with a willingness to learn and grow and maybe chase after and achieve our biggest, boldest dreams. The real magic that fuels your manifestations isn't in pretending or hiding. It's in being you, unapologetically and authentically. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Cheers to creating a life you love. Thank you for hanging out with me on the Manifestation and Money podcast. If you're ready to take your manifesting to the next level, come join me inside the Manifestation Playground. It's an intentional space I've created to explore, experiment, and expand your manifestation potential. It's where the magic happens. So head on over to www.manifestationplayground.ca to find out more. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep taking aligned action. Cheers to creating a life you love.